Okay. Hey guys, how we doing here? I've had a good bit of people texting me and emailing me and asking me if I can review um, how I do my night photography and basically how I set up to do this. Okay. Oh boy, I'm tired. It's been a long day. All right. First of all, okay, don't overwhelm yourself. All right. It's not that difficult. Again, the basics. Okay. You need a good, not a point and shoot. You need a good SLR camera, okay? I prefer Canon. I have an EOS 60D. By the way, I'm taking donations for the Ron. I want a new camera fund, okay? My new 60, okay, which is definitely an upgrade from the 60D. But the 60D will do the trick, and quite well too, okay? You'll hear a lot of people say it's not really the camera that you're buying, it's the quality of the lens, because the lens is what does all the work, and it captures the light, and it then interprets that light to the camera, okay? Again, camera, and you'll see on here, we have this, a dew heater, okay? This is from Kendrick. Now this is an older model, okay, the Firefly. I've been using it now for about 4 years, and it does work. There's no doubt in my mind, but the problem with with all of them, okay, and not just the Firefly from Kendrick, but the wrap that goes around here, okay, the more you wrap this, the wires inside the heater elements in here, they're real tiny, okay, and they will break, okay, and if they break, then you have to get a new wrap for your camera. Now they make these for cameras, telescopes, and again, the main purpose is you want to heat the lens area to keep dew from forming on the lens at night, okay? A lot of people I know will use a fan, and hey, nothing wrong with using a fan, but when you use a fan on a telescope, you're going to get distortion, okay, through the lens itself, okay, due to the airflow. Now, the settings, let's look at this. Oh, by the way, we're going to be moving on here shortly, I guess in about a week or so, from Thousand Oaks Optical, okay? They have a dew heater that we're going to be reviewing an awful lot, okay? And their dew heater has multiple channels, I believe up to 4 channels, and you can run anything from a 2-inch heater up, oh my gosh, up to a 12, 14, 15 element, for a telescope or a larger camera, whatever. Now, let me tell you the settings, okay? Because I want to get in focus here too. I like to focus my camera, like right now, when the camera can see, to physically autofocus. Because once it gets dark, for me, I mean, maybe not you, but for me, it's extremely hard to focus a camera when it's dark out, okay? Even if you're holding a flashlight, sometimes, it's really hard to get that pinpoint focus that you need for photographing the night sky. Okay, we have here, I run AC, okay? You can see here's my AC adapter, and the AC adapter plugs into the camera, all right, down there. You can get it, and I've had this one for about a year, and I paid, I think, $8 or $9 for it. You can get a company one from Canon, but it's going to cost you $40 to $50 for the same exact thing, okay? So, don't be worried about spending a lot of money. You need a good timer, okay? And I say good because the timer I have here, me and Jesse, we have the same timer. Go online, $10, okay? I've had mine now for a year. I got 2 or 3 extra ones only because when I'm not chasing storms, it's been known to happen that a wind gust will come up and blow this off the tripod, and down she goes, and I have to get a new timer, okay? What I do is I'm putting the camera on bulb setting, okay? I put it on bulb setting, and then I have an ASA of, let me check it out. Well, my ASA is 1250, okay? So when I'm shooting in bulb mode, let me turn this over to bulb setting here real quick here. So I stick it in the bulb setting, okay? I leave the aperture wide open, all right? Don't even close, just aperture wide open. Bulb setting, 3.5 on the aperture. The ISO is 1250, okay? So I'm going to put it back because I got to focus the camera, all right? on autofocus. And by the way, don't forget, on the camera, on the back, on the top of your camera lens, you have a setting here for AF and MF. AF is autofocus, MF, manual focus. Make sure you turn out the manual focus, otherwise your poor camera is going to be sitting there all night long trying to focus into the darkness, and it's not going to work. You know, you're going to be very much upset in the morning when you find out you have 0 pictures the thing took, okay? So definitely make sure the camera's in manual mode after you focus it. On the timer, okay, I have it set. My delay is 0. I got to put batteries in this thing. It's flashing. I'm shooting 25 seconds, okay, with a 1 second interval, okay. So the shutter's gonna remain open for 25 seconds. The timer goes off, it closes, it waits 1 second, and it reopens it. Okay, so then it's gonna take another picture, and it does that all night long. Okay, so on the Kendrick dew heater, okay, I have 2 channels. Okay, down here, real simple. Wire comes into a rheostat, and the rheostat I can adjust the temperature right here. And then my battery, which we charge up every day once we discharge it, because the battery provides the power for the heater element to keep it warm. Okay, people say they use hand wraps and portable heater. You know, you open them up, you put them in your hands or gloves. Hey folks, they're good for 3 hours. Okay, I'm telling you, it's a waste of money. Okay, if you're going to be shooting all night, make the investment. You know, go to Thousand Oaks. All right, look at their dew heater. You know. And also on Thousand Oaks too, okay? Check them out. They have a lot of sun filters, okay, for your camera. Because next year coming up is the huge event, the total solar eclipse. So you definitely want to make sure you buy your filter now while they have them in stock, because I guarantee you they're going to be sold out here in a matter of months, okay? All right, and now, moving along here, okay, what I do next is I used to use a garbage bag at night to wrap the camera to keep it from getting wet. Mind you, the garbage bag will work just fine, but I have progressed up the ladder, and we now have I got this online. I believe it was like, I don't know, probably about, I don't know, $15. But anyway, just a nice camera cover. Okay, it contains the camera, keeps all the humidity off the camera, okay? Kind of, all right? There are still some areas where the moisture can get in there, okay? But for the most part, it keeps your camera dry. Now, later on next week, I'm going to be reviewing another company sent us out. It's actually a camera cover, but it is integrated and has different segments to it, okay? And it absolutely 100% will waterproof your camera, but it's not like you just pop it on. It has a cover for the lens. It has a cover for the face of the lens. It has, you know, I'm going to be looking into it here, and we're going to be using it an awful lot out there in the field, only because it is a good product, but we'll be talking more about that later. Okay, now, my camera is now in focus, okay, and the cover's on. I double checked it to make sure it's on manual focus, which it is, okay. I had to make sure that the settings were right. It's on bulb setting, okay. I can hit the timer and activate it, and I got a white screen, of course, but so everything's set to go. I make sure this is connected tight. Otherwise, if this is even slightly loose, there's a bad connection there. You lose power to your band. All right, and you can see I have it just. It's not going to rain tonight. I just have it loosely covered up on here, and I'm doing this just because there's going to be some fog tonight, maybe. So what little fog is there is going to be laying on the cover and not on the camera. All right. Now, real quick, I just want to share with you one more. Here we are. This are the binoculars from Nebraska, and they are 25 to 125 by 80 zoom. In other words, you can see really good with these, okay? Um, you can lay in your backyard, and the mount here in the middle, that's because you can mount this to a tripod, which I absolutely recommend. They're heavy, okay? But they allow you the ability, like a telescope would, to view a large, wider angle, because you have two optical lenses, okay, so it gives you more area of viewing. But they are heavy. If you buy them, you're looking at probably, I believe, about $100, okay? Around that. 100, 150 ballpark. Hey, it's a good investment though. Our children here, the kids love it. They, you know, they can only hold it for about a minute, then their arms get tired. Oh, it's heavy, you know. Yeah, well, no kidding, okay? But yeah, definitely check them out, okay? And again, folks, if you have any questions at all about, shooting at nighttime, please feel free to email me. Also, Dave on our website is a semi-professional astronomer who shoots an awful lot, okay? He knows an awful lot about the telescope side and shooting, all right? It's very easy to hook up an SLR camera to your telescope. And that's where you see some of these really gorgeous pictures, okay? So, until later, guys, hey, have a good one. Again, if you have any questions, just feel free to call me. Okay, and by the way, check out the Thousand Oaks Optical, okay? They do have a large inventory of sun filters for your telescope, for your cameras, and not to mention our dew heater, which we're going to be reviewing here in the weeks ahead. All right, guys, hey, God bless. Take care.